I'd like to congratulate Coach Patterson on a hard-fought win, and that's what it was. Two teams really wanted to play hard, and we're battling from a similar place this season to improve their football teams. We simply made too many mistakes today to win the game that controlled field position, which controlled points. I absolutely loved the way our team fought and battled to the very last tick on the clock, and I admire this team. They're a privilege to coach, and I was lucky to be their coach today. We made, as I mentioned, too many mistakes to overcome to win the game, but I think it was clear to all that it was a very evenly fought game and could have gone a number of different ways. So with that, I'll take questions.
Bronco, the 9th game of the season, you haven't had trouble with the punter hike exchange. How frustrating is that for your players and for your staff?
I don't have, I can't even describe it right now. It caught me completely by surprise, not only once, not the second time, but all 3 times. And didn't think it would happen. And it wasn't until after the third one that we considered them doing something different, because there hadn't been any issues. And so first one, accident; second one, something's not quite right; third one, probably one too many.
That single part of the game probably was the difference in the game.
That's I hate to say any one particular part of the game was the outcome or changed the outcome, but it certainly controlled field position, which controlled scoring, and that in and of itself was frustrating. We happened to have a great punt return by JD that or at least got us one of those back. But I felt that game was a very evenly matched game, and their special teams and field position, that's where the game turned, in my opinion. And my guess also is when you add turnovers to that, even though we were going in, I don't know what the turnover, they had 2, we had none, but we were driving the ball down, so the turnovers weren't, if I remember correctly, where it created disadvantageous field position. One was in the end zone, if I remember, and I can't even tell you where the other one was, but man, I thought we fought hard, and I like this team.
Compared to previous games against TCU, what does it say about where your program is?
Oh, I think it was a privilege to coach them today, because they wanted to keep playing. I think they wished we could have played 2 or 3 more quarters. They wanted to keep playing football, and they realized and were frustrated by the mistakes we made, but they were having fun, and they were supporting each other, and they believe in one another, and I believe in them.
Against a tough defense, some question Riley's mobility in his rushing yards in the past 5 games, but 84 net yards rushing that's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive, and if you just watch him on the 2-point play, I mean, anyone that wonders who he is, I don't think they should. That guy is one fierce competitor, and he's a great leader. Our team loves him.
Bronco, the start, you guys fell down behind. Did you come out too much in awe of those guys, or why the bad start?
No, so I'm trying to, you might have to help me recount it.
Long kickoff return, big play for a touchdown.
Yeah, big play for a touchdown. So we had stopped them. They did the first play, and I think we tackled them for a loss on the screen play. Then there was a personal foul, and then we just had an assignment mistake on the wheel route. We actually, and I'll take responsibility, the play right before halftime where they scored going into the tunnel that we came out, it was the same play as the first score, and we just didn't execute it twice. And that's reflective of me preparing them correctly, because it was the same scheme and we just didn't get it handled correctly. So it wasn't anything other than somehow I didn't get the message across clearly enough on that particular concept, how to play the play, and cost us a couple of touchdowns. So
then you had him stopped, and there was the call on Travis, the targeting. Can you talk about that and how that was applied? It was a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, I thought it was a clean play, and I thought it was a good play. I thought it was a great play, actually.
Last 4 games, is the best effort you've had against TCU?
Certainly. I don't know statistically what that will all play out to be, but our team, they competed and they were physical and they battled and as did TCU, and that's what a good college football game should look like. They played cleaner than we did.
So does that make this a missed opportunity?
I'm as frustrated as I've ever been in coaching because of that. And it's just, this one is, there's an edge to it that is, I don't know quite what to do with it right now.
There are probably a lot of people on the outside wondering how Riley will do against that kind of defense. Any surprises your way, the coaching staff?
I don't question Riley at all. That guy is, he's a warrior. That is one competitive, tough individual. And yeah, I thought he played great.
The backwards pass that just should have taken a sack, just unfortunate throw at that point.
Not so sure that I even want to have him not take that chance. You know, we make that call trying to get an aggressive defense to flow one way and score a touchdown. And we're trying to win the game with aggressive play calling, and it was just him trying to make a play. So I don't fault him for that.
How tough is it in that situation? You 2 scorers going down the field, and then have one of those calls where it just kind of floats backwards instead of being incomplete, and it kind of just sapped it. You still scored the touchdown, you have to kind of sap the momentum you built up to that point.
Yeah, it just is. You know, again, we just didn't play quite clean enough to win the game. And if you had to go for a bottom line, that is the bottom line. And there's a lot of different bylines to get to that, but it's just not clean enough. And it was a 10-point differential.
What about JD's return for touchdown? Can I you guys like him?
He's also, I mean, he made a lot of nice plays today, and he has a lot of heart, and a lot of toughness, and a lot of grit, and a lot of determination. And that play, and it put us right back in, and with a nice chance to come from behind and possibly get a victory.